on with the FS Destiny case. And we're back. Uh,
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try it.
there's no noise.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
Yeah. I'm guessing somebody didn't like the fact of busted the drugs.
Is somebody going to tell us what the hell is going on?
So they're feeling the pressure and like, shit, we gotta clean up.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective. Feels like I've had half the LAPD in here today already.
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of
How
holes,
convenient.
just like the others.
You want to level with me, miss, before we start taking an interest in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
Yeah, I am.
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Eddie was
Probably.
in over his head, but he was a decent boss.
Well. What's in the box?
Maintained. Custom case. Someone cared for this instrument.
Alright, so it's showing I have to same insertion from the place.
What's that click? Neat trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet. We should follow
Another
up on
Blue
the
Room
musician.
ticket.
He kept his stash close at hand.
Morphine syringe. I'm like a nice regular little bar, silly. Silly. That's a little jazz club. Same thing.
We have a
Morphine.
source. Or is this coming from what's left in circulation? Dozen packs of
Vulgar
art,
cigarette.
fabric
Bella
cartons,
cigarettes.
or looks like a couple of months' supply.
Okay, arrested in New York.
brand new. Never fired. Haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
Is this guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them? Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what
Something
exactly
about this
was
thing. Thing's worse than a.
lifted from that ship.
This whole thing worse than a. So dead bodies right now.
You catch all the good ones, Phelps.
The guy caught this in such a nice area.
I heard this is a triple homicide. Is that true?
Let's go to the blue room. Just back that way again. No, look, it's literally about a block back that way.
How well did you know the owner?
Goldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens more than you'd think. Young guys trying to adjust to normal life, getting mixed up in the wrong crowds.
The kid had just bought a nightclub. I'd say he got mixed up in the right crowds.
Until someone filled him full of holes.
You don't come into that kind of money that quickly without pissing a few people off.
I wanted to listen to the rest of the conversations, which were right there, see? I say, the blue room is right down like a block over it. Just... Hello, gentlemen. Have a nice day. Fine afternoon.
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lickman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't.
Huh.
What we care about is 2
Wow.
tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on Biddleston and Bow. Or their knucklehead buddies, Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries, Untersturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Roy! How about you get a drink while I see to this?
Seriously, not worth it no more.
Will you sit down?
A bad feeling